So I finally did it. I upgraded to the new iPhone 16 Pro Max from my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now I gotta say this upgrade wasn't a super easy decision. I've been using the iPhone 14 Pro Max for 2 years now and it served me extremely well. And over the past few generation of iPhone launches, it didn't really seem like the changes were big enough to justify an upgrade. If you guys wanna see my iPhone 16 and 16 Pro reviews, I have made videos covering that topic already, so if you guys wanna check it out on my channel, make sure to do so. Before we talk about the iPhone 16 Pro Max, let's do a quick unboxing. Now the unboxing experience is pretty straightforward with pretty much any other iPhone. It just comes in a nice sleek box. On the front of the box, we have a nice print of the front of the iPhone, and the standard 16s usually show the back side. That is mainly to show off the new slimmer bezels on the 16 Pro models, which is definitely a nice change. Inside of the box, we have the phone itself, and underneath is a new woven cable. There's pretty much nothing else in the box. You don't get a brick, you don't get any headphones, so it's very bare bones. Now when comparing it physically to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, they look pretty much identical. The 16 Pro Max is slightly taller than the previous generation, allowing for a higher screen real estate, but other than that, physically in the hand, it feels pretty much the exact same. Now I believe there are 3 main reasons why people upgrade their phone. For one, it's the person that needs to have the latest phone every year, which I'm not that person. The second reason is if you are a big fan of the new upgrades and the changes. So the new iPhone 16 and the 16 Pro models feature a new camera control button. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of this. It wasn't like groundbreaking changes, especially when the 15 came out with the action button, which you can program to the camera anyway. And on top of that, the new camera function isn't as intuitive as Apple makes it to be. The sliding is a little bit inconsistent, the controls are a little confusing. If anything, it makes the overall camera usage slower than just touching what's on the screen. There's no other physical changes on the phone besides a slimmer bezel, which I do like. It definitely looks a little more appealing. You have more screen real estate. And of course, you get slight performance upgrades, battery life upgrades, as well as a better 48 megapixel fusion camera. It is definitely better than a previous generation, there's no lie about that. But that wasn't the main reason why I made the upgrade, which segues me to the third point why I think people upgrade is if their previous phone has a problem. Whether you have battery degradation or physical damage, things are broken internally and whatnot. Those are more so a reason why you would upgrade, and because a new generation phone is available, that would be the best option to jump to. Now, in my use case, the 14 Pro Max has been very, very reliable. It served me extremely well. The battery didn't really degrade all that much. It still has upwards of 90% battery health, so it retains a majority of what the battery is capable of. But because I use my phone rigorously and without a case, it has gotten extremely beat up where there are scratches and nicks at it all over the screen, which kind of ruins the viewing experience. On top of that, recently I started to notice that my Bluetooth system on here is getting a little bit glitchy. Whenever I'm making phone calls in my car, the connection keeps on disconnecting, or if I'm using Bluetooth accessories, they will keep on disconnecting time to time. And that kind of started getting in the way of my overall workflow. Or if I'm taking phone calls in a car, and it's glitching out, cutting out every couple of seconds, it definitely ruins the overall experience. And so for reliability's sake, I upgraded to the iPhone 16, which is definitely much better. I haven't had any latency issues. I have no Bluetooth issues when connecting to my car. And of course, with it being a new phone, I don't have a whole bunch of scratches on the screen. And that is definitely my fault for not taking care of the phone from a physical standpoint. That is why I have a case on my iPhone 16 Pro Max now, thanks to our sponsor, Crave.
Crave is a brand that offers various accessories for the new iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. Today we're looking at 4 case options here for various models. This is their Protection Series case that offers a 2-piece configuration, also known as dual guard, for the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro models. As you can see, the fitment is super seamless on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is probably my go-to colorway, the all blacked out stealth look. Next up we have the sand colorway, which kind of has a military green look to it. I like the contrast on here and also the little designs on the interior. There is a nice grippy finish along with a nice silicone edge to give you that hybrid kind of look. You can also remove these 2 layers quite easily to take a look at what it looks like on the inside. Yes, it is MagSafe compatible for any of your MagSafe accessories. You can either install the case using the 2 pieces separately, or you can snap it on as one whole unit. And you can even mix and match various components if you were to buy multiple cases and customize it depending on your liking. Next up, we're looking at the berry colorway. This one is for the standard iPhone 16. I'm just using a dummy model iPhone 16 here to show you guys the fitment, and it is very, very seamless. Last but not least, we have the sage colorway, which is pretty similar to the previous one we saw, but a little bit of a darker shade. Overall, these cases are quite amazing when it comes to style style and protection. If you guys want to pick one up for yourself, there will be a link in the description below. And I want to thank Crave once again for sponsoring this video.
Ever since I upgraded to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I noticed it is actually a game changer of an upgrade. The biggest thing I noticed is obviously the display is significantly larger with the slimmer bezels, the viewing experience is much nicer, and especially the battery life. I gotta admit, I'm not the best at charging things. A lot of times I don't charge my phone every day and it ends up dying, on the go. But with the iPhone 16 Pro Max having significantly more battery life over the previous iPhone 14 Pro Max, it made my life so much easier. I can charge the phone to 100% and I can make it last 2 days without charging. All the other upgrades such as the better camera or the camera control button isn't really that big of a deal to me. I don't really utilize those things, but it is noticeably better. Something I did notice when taking phone calls on FaceTime is that the microphone quality has been so much more improved over the previous generation. It has this sort of AI noise cancellation feature where it makes you sound like you're in the studio even if you're in a noisy environment. Overall, I'm really satisfied with the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I can definitely see myself using this for the next year or two, or maybe even 3 or 4 years. We just have to see what Apple releases over the next few years, if there's any major changes that they're gonna offer, if there's any major upgrades to deem it to be, reasonable to spend that kind of money to upgrade. But for the most part, I think this phone will serve me extremely well, and I will definitely take much better care of it now because of the Crave case. I can protect it, it's nice and heavy duty. So if you guys are interested in picking up a case of your own, I will definitely leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check out Crave on Amazon. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to drop a like and a comment below. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.